Hello, friends. What is it that you need to know right now? What question is going on? What situation is happening? You're randomly scrolling through readings, and up comes this flame. And as you watch this flame, let the feelings that you're wanting to express come forward. If you have a pencil and a paper right in front of you, it's great to sit in front of a reading with the notepad and just go ahead and write down what's on your mind. What is it that you need to know right now? Because in the afternoon, when I come on live, it's about quick one card answers. And it's also a chance for us to practice imaginal acts using your imagination, playing Let's Pretend. Because what I'm finding is that when I am waiting for something to develop or waiting for something to hatch, I often find myself distracted and discouraged, and that's the last thing I should be. So what I'm going to do is we're going to create a scene. So today is a beautiful Monday, and let's put us on vacation. We're traveling to a place we've wanted to go for a long time, and we just arrived. We've had our rest. We've gotten some unpacking done, and we are going out to explore the area around our hotel. So this is a let's pretend exercise, just to stretch our imagination, because that's the tool that comes in most handy when you're waiting for something. All right, so here you are, you're strolling, and there is some sort of farmer's market going on, and you're aware of it. You hear the music and you can smell the food. So you head over there. And as soon as you get there, you're delighted because there's several tables set up with merchandise and different vendors, crystals and tarot readers, and you spot my table. And so you're invited today to have a one card reading because I want to show you how a simple card and the story that's in the card can bring you some kind of guidance, some kind of wisdom for what you need right now. And I believe, hey, Christina, I believe that there's an answer in every card. And I believe you can get a lot more out of one card than you could ever guess. So when we do these afternoon calls, the point of them is to practice your imagination, to really allow yourself to believe that you could receive a personal reading from someone that you cannot see, and that also you stretch your imagination to feel yourself on vacation, strolling on an avenue that you're not familiar with, enjoying the farmer's market. Okay. And so there's no fee for this reading, but I do work for tips. My tips are done through the thumbs up. Every time you hit the thumbs up, I receive it as if I'm getting your cash tip, and that makes this a fair energy exchange. So today we have kind of an open topic. That's the way it would be at a live reading. If you and I were really together and you sat down at my table, what I want to do is I don't want you to tell me your whole story, because that would take a lot of time that I don't need. What I want you to do right now is to just feel where you are right now. On a scale of 1 to 10 with this particular problem, how much does it bug you? If it's bugging you on a 6 or over, let's see what the cards have to say. So you can put into the chat what area of life that you would like to have a reading, and I will do my best to answer those for you. And so, hello, I can't pronounce the name, the beautiful name that's there. But what I'm going to start off with, just for the collective, is a sense of that waiting in between. So you've put out a request to the universe. You're waiting for something to come forward. Yes, Dan. All you do is put in what it is, just the topic. Is it your career? Is it your love life? Is it your family? What is it that you would like to hear for? hear from. I'm going to choose one card, give you a little brief reading. If you want a longer reading or want me to pull more cards, you can email me at this address and I will let you know how you can work with me at absolutely no charge, just simply for providing a theme for one of my readings. So right now though, this card is being pulled for when you're in the middle. You're waiting and waiting. Are you waiting for a new job? Are you waiting for a new boyfriend? Are you waiting to move out of the country? Are you waiting to go to school? What are you waiting for? That's what this first card is about, because so many of the people that I run into are waiting. So let's see what we have for us. Okay, this is for the people that are waiting. And then we will go into a flare of of like a flare of some sort of affliction that's pulling you away from center, Christina. I typically don't say words out loud that can cause people to become concerned either for themselves or others. But I do know that when you're feeling a flare of something that's troubling you, for sure we can draw a card about that. So I will protect your privacy and go forward. So, all right, so this is the waiting period. Look at those nails. I have dirty nails because I'm a gardener. And so when I look at this, I'm excited. Look at the roots that are growing already from this seed. So if you're listening to this call right now, my friend, this is no accident. There's something going on for you right now that has been frustrating. But as you know with gardening, if you plant a kernel of corn, you're not going to be eating the corn tomorrow. And nature teaches us about seed time and harvest continually. And so we have the opportunity to believe that whatever it is that's in the ground right now, let's say you're waiting to meet someone special and you've put that out there, you're praying about it, and it's not showing up. So what this is telling you is that it is coming, it's growing. Most of the growth is happening underground. So what can you do? The easiest thing is getting into gratitude, getting into appreciation. And so as you walk around your life right now, what already pleases you? What already brings you happiness and pleasure, and appreciate it. Everything you can do, the more gratitude and appreciation you receive as you're just deciding you're choosing to be grateful about things, you become more attractive and you will definitely find what it is that you're looking for. All right, because we can't make the corn grow faster in the soil, but we can find better things to think about than why isn't the giant corn growing. Okay, so you're welcome. That's just for the collective. I like that card for the collective because we all have something in the pot simmering, so to speak. Abraham Hicks talks about, won't we ever find the thing we're looking for? And Abraham says, sure, but the next thing you know, you're going to be manifesting for something else, right? So now I'm going to do my best to catch up with these messages. I'm going to move quickly along. So Christina, what can you do when you're having some sort of a manifestation? It could be physical or it could be intellectual, mental, but you're just not feeling at your best. And you know you're kind of having a flare up of something. What is it that we can think about for times like that? Then I'm going to do Dan or Don, whatever how you would pronounce, and then Shelly and Kush will move right along. So use your imagination. You're right here at the market. You just picked up this most delicious cheese, and now I'm next. And I am your personal tarot reader right now, and it's my pleasure. So Christina, look at how she's walking on that sword. See that? The Page of Swords is a very interesting energy because it's kind of in a hurry, but if it hurries, it can harm itself. All right? Look at all the bright ideas that this figure is holding on to. Look at all the studying they're doing. So it does seem like your brain is feeling a little crowded, like there's been a lot of things to process and think about. So when you do get to a place of overwhelm, do a little meditating. And even if all it is sit upright in a chair and close your eyes for 10 or 15 minutes. Don't even try to think or say affirmations. Just sit there doing absolutely nothing for 15 minutes with your eyes closed. Your brain will thank you for it. when you're pressuring yourself to do everything in a hurry, it can be hard on your whole system. Okay, Christina? All right, next we have, let's see, Dan was set up by Megas, had to deal with everything taking the blame. Okay, so Dan, you know what? It is no fun to be in the middle of somebody else's drama when somebody else is giving you all kinds of circumstances. You're almost like feeling like you're in a movie that somebody else wrote and put you in that spot. So let's see what it is with one card here. What can I, oh, my doggy's shedding. Hello. But what can one card give you, Dan, when you've had your own integrity thrown under the bus by somebody? Oh, by the way, these readings are for free. I work for tips, and I know you can't see my tip jar, so all you have to do is hit the thumbs up. That works just as good, okay? And so let's see, Dan, I'm your personal card reader today. What do we have for you? Okay, this is a wonderful card and a terrible card. Okay, so the reason it's kind of terrible is because you have to face that some things have to end. Because once you're treated disrespectfully about somebody by somebody, guess what? Now all the people that are watching this call right now, what would you advise our friend Dan, right? Once they've disrespected you once, it's foolish to not expect it again. Some people say, well, I can't trust them. They're untrustworthy. And I say, well, no, you can trust them. You can trust them to be disrespectful. And then you need to choose how you want to act on that. Now look at how she has no backpack, no luggage. She doesn't even have shoes on. She's just walking off into a brand new world. So what I would say is there's some resources in the description box, and there's one called the Soulmate Generator. It's a special technique that I actually created. I thought of it in my mind, and my brother designed it for me, just so that people could really be angry and upset when bad things happen. Because you don't want to keep talking about it. It tends to make it still repeat in your mind and in your heart. So check out the Soulmate Generator, Dan, and allow yourself to create a brand new picture of what you want in a relationship. Sometimes when we're treated badly in a relationship, it gives us all we need to know about what we truly want. All right? Now, I do tapping with my clients, and I can recommend tapping as a heartbreak cure. It's wonderful. And so if you email me, oh, time for a commercial. If you email me, tarotinfoplease@gmail.com, I will give you some details on tapping and what it is, why it helps you. And I can also give you a couple YouTube channels, so it's available to you right now in this minute. If you want to talk to me privately about it, I'd love to do that for you too. Okay, so let's see, we're going to Shelly. Hello, Shelly. Oh, you're welcome, my darling Dan. Please email me. I would love to know more about what's going on. Okay. Shelly, will I find my soulmate? Hi, Shelly. I see you over there. You're such a itty bitty picture when it's on my phone. But I really appreciate that question because if you're in a position where you're lonely and that you're wishing that you had a partner, that can be really difficult. And I've had that situation in my life a few times. And one thing I would say to you right offhand is to make two things. One, make sure that you're really enjoying your single life, because when you do have someone, you do lose a certain amount of personal freedom, somebody checking in or, being connected to somebody all the time. So you do want to really enjoy your single life. And the second thing is to begin to play with the idea of how can you create in yourself a strong soulmate vibe. How can you create in your own confidence, I am a great soulmate, okay? So practice, like, look in the mirror, practice saying that, I am a great soulmate. But are you really? Are you a great soulmate unless you're anxious? Are you a great soulmate unless they don't call you or text right back, right? So you want to investigate what could be holding you back from your soulmate potential. Okay, so that's the first thing. So let's look at your card, Shelly. Oh, Shelly. This is a very auspicious card. I love the word auspicious. It's like extra special, lucky kind of a card, because the Empress does show abundance. It shows pregnancy and gestation. So certainly for a person who's looking for a soulmate, I don't know that there's a better card. You might think if the Lovers came out or the Two of Cups, both of them picture couples. However, this is showing someone who's sure of who they are. It's someone who knows what they want. All right. So if you still, Shelly, if you still are holding a little bit of disappointment, fear of the future, that's something to look at, because yes, the answer is yes. There is someone there for you. However, what you need to do is to do a little bit of a self audit. Take a look at where you are right now in your life. How many breakups have you had? Do you have clear conscience? Have you mistreated a relationship? Do you have clear emotions? Have you been brokenhearted by someone else? Sometimes even life interferes and causes something tragic to happen that gets in the way of love. But what you're wanting to do is use this single time to think about this. Okay, here's a question for you, Shelly. Why am I manifesting singleness? Think about that. One thing I know for sure with my clients who are looking for love and they can't figure out why they haven't found it, I can tell you in one conversation, one 30-minute conversation on the phone, which costs nothing, I can explain exactly why you're manifesting singleness, because that's what you're doing. You are a master manifester, Shelly, of manifesting singleness. So as you go forward, you'd want to investigate that. There's a really good book. It's called The Soulmate Secret. It's written by Ariel Ford, and she actually manifested a soulmate later in life, and her book is practically a recipe. It tells exactly what she did to find her mate, and it's a very entertaining read, plus it gives you practical steps. But Shelly, I would love to connect with you if you want to shoot me an email, because once you find out why you're manifesting singleness, everything can change. Okay, so thank you, Shelly, for being here. I appreciate you, and I hope you all appreciate my tip jar, because I am totally into giving away free readings in these little pretend events. Because if I lived in your town and I could be there, sitting at an event where you could come up, and I do this kind of thing. Right now I'm in the middle of Tennessee for any of you guys that are over here, but I'm happy to give out a single reading just so you can get a feel for what my stories are and see if it's something that that helps you. So let's go on here. I think it's a birthday, isn't it? Let's see here. Let me go back. Kush, happy birthday, Kush. I feel like I'm glad that we can celebrate with you today. And so thank you for being here. And let's draw a card for Kush. Everybody think of Kush, say happy birthday, hit that thumbs up. That can be your happy birthday to Kush and my tip money. So, I mean, it's not money, but it's energy. It really is. You guys, you have no idea. When I hear from people that I never get to meet and are just there, floating around in the universe somewhere on the planet and key in for one of these readings and become inspired, it's really, really cool. Because so many of us simply cannot travel to the places we want to go to, can we? But we can have a birthday celebration with Kush. In fact, do I have oh yes, Kush, I have a little candle here, and I'm just feeling like I want to sing happy birthday to you. And I assume you're not from the States, but that's maybe an unfair assumption. But if you were in the States, I would sing happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, dear Kush, happy birthday to you. I'm glad you were born. And that's the truth. And now we would blow out the candle. First, make a wish and blow out the candle. And what I see on my chat right away, Kush, is Christina Rose has written right under your request, believe them. Okay, so what I want to say to you first is that, Kush, I think that it's hard for you to receive compliments. I think when people compliment you, you feel a little awkward and you don't know what to say. And so on your birthday, you might be glad that I'm singing you happy birthday from thousands of miles away, so you're not embarrassed. But the truth is, there's no shame in having a quieter personality and feeling a little bit awkward when you're being celebrated. So the first thing I want to say is when people compliment you, believe them. If they tell you you're good at something, believe them. And be careful. Your birthday present from me is to just the advice to stop saying, oh no, it's nothing. You know, when somebody compliments you, and y'all who are listening, take the same advice. Start receiving compliments. Simple thank you. Thank you. Thank you. When they say, what a great outfit, don't say, oh, it was on sale. No, just say thank you. Because if you can practice becoming a better receiver, you're going to have a lot more chances to receive. Okay? So, Kush, here is your birthday. Aw. This is a wonderful card for you, Kush. Let's take a look here. Now, when you're looking at the cards, the gender is not the important thing. It's the energy on the card that's important. So on this card, what we're seeing is that there's great pride in accomplishment here. And I see a quiet, serious person. And this is the same energy I was picking up for you, Kush, that you are a quiet person, and that in a way it's been, you have so much unmet potential because there's something about your personality that just makes it easier for you to stay to yourself. But the problem is, both in love and in career, it becomes really necessary to go out and get socially connected. So there is, I think that the website is called Charisma on Command. I'm pretty sure, and it's wonderful. Those I think there's two or three young men that create these videos about how to connect with people. So Kush, I feel like you have a certain skill set. You're very good at something, and you hold it close to yourself. You really appreciate that you're good at that. However, you can make your same determination and your same love of detail, you can turn into a different direction. So I would work on your people skills, okay? There's a woman who wrote a book called Captivate, and she is, what is her name? Vanessa Van something. But anyway, Vanessa Van Edward, that's her name. She has a blog about people skills. That's outstanding. And she has a newsletter. And then the other one that I wanted you to check out is I'm losing track of my thoughts here right in the middle of these things. I'm sorry. I just got distracted. But by you giving yourself confidence in your people skills, you will definitely feel better during this next year, okay? Because as you're going forward between this birthday and the next one, you want to celebrate what you're good at. Be secure in what you've learned so far, but learn some people skills, okay? Vanessa Van Edwards, for sure. And then I know I said somebody else before, and it's in the video. So I could go backwards and look at it. Excuse me. Okay, so let's go forward here. And we have Rhea. Rhea? I think I'm saying your name, Rhea. Okay, great. Thank you, Christina. Oh, you're welcome, Shelly. And you know what, here, Courtney, hey, I'm glad to see you. Cold, I love this. Palon, I'm glad to see you. So we will go right on, moving on to the readings. For those of you, if I don't get to you tonight, every day I do tarot readings that are by themes. And when people write to me and send me their question, I actually do a personal reading for them in that pick a card, because I love your ideas. You guys have been giving me the best ideas for readings, okay? So I will do my best to get to you all tonight, but if I don't get to you, email me, okay? And my son just texted me and said he's bringing me a plate of food for dinner. What a blessing. Anyway, so I might have to run and get that, but okay, so where are we? Okay, Rhea. Okay, so Rhea, was there a general question that you wanted, or what I can do is just pull a card in your general energy for sure, and I'm happy to do that. And then, so that's generally what it works out the best, really, is like, what do the cards have to tell you tonight? So Rhea, that's a beautiful name, Rhea. Let's just draw a card for Rhea. What is it? I'm your personal reader tonight, Rhea. Enjoy. All right. Oh, Rhea, strong one. Okay, there is a lot of never give up energy, as this is one of my favorite cards because what it's showing now, for the rest of you, don't be surprised if one of these cards doesn't resonate really deeply with you because birds of a feather flock together, and it's not surprising when even me as the reader, I could pull this card and go, whoa, I really appreciate that card for myself today because look at how she stands. When all is done, she stands. She stands firm. She's had a lot of opposition and a lot of things have come against her, but look how short that fence is now. Imagine that when you started on the journey, the wands were that long. But as you've gone through all of the different challenges and the things you've had to go through, now these obstacles are not even in your way. The fact is you could step over easily to what it is you're going to be doing next, Rhea. But you're not quite ready yet. There's a pause right here that's important because timing is everything. As you go forward and you're depending on your inner being, and you guys know I like to use my little statue here to teach about this because, sorry, I'm a little close today, but I believe my belief system after being involved with a lot of different, I was raised Catholic, spent many years born again Christian, taught Bible for many years. And at this point, what I'm understanding is that I am a blended being, it's just what Abraham Hicks teaches. And in that blend, my inner being, the larger part of me, the non-physical part of me knows exactly what will make me happiest, what will fulfill me, and how I can best manage myself. It's like the owner of the owner's manual is my inner being. The little figure is my personality, the not so developed part of me, the snarky part, the impatient part, the worried part. Any of our human characteristics are represented by this small character. When we're in alignment or harmony with our highest self, we make better decisions, okay? And so that's what you will always hear from me in every reading, just like from Abraham Hicks, you hear the same thing over and over. When you are in well-being, when you are in calm awareness, you're going to make your best decisions. And so, Rhea, it just goes to show you've done that a lot in your life because you've made it this far. But don't rush at this point. Wait until you get that okay. All right? So, our next one is, let's see, oopsie, let's see, where am I? Courtney. Courtney, you're next. I would love to pull you a card, Courtney. So again, for those of you just joining, this is an imagination exercise as well as a reading tonight, because what we're doing is we are imagining that we're together for real, that this is some sort of little farmer's market. It's a gorgeous afternoon, and you're out there strolling around picking up some goodies, and I'm here doing readings, and you spot me and you think, I'm going to try that out. So you walk over and you sit down at my table and you look right at me and you say, I don't even know what to ask. And you said, you don't have to worry. Just hold in your mind the concern that you have, and I will draw a card and we'll see if the story on that card gives you a bit of wisdom. Okay? So I'm glad you're here, and I'm tickled to give you your personal reading right here, right now. And we have the King of Wands for you, Courtney. So this is a card of mastery. It could mean a couple of different things. If you're waiting for someone, if you're in the soulmate search, or you're waiting for some kind of a new position, or where you're going to be subordinate to someone in the best way, this is a good sign because it does show someone that's mature, has a lot to offer, and is a master in his own world. However, I like to read this card for the person that's being drawn for, because you have something inside of you that you've been wanting for a long time. You have a skill and you have a belief in yourself you've been carrying it a long time. Our last reading with the Nine of Wands, this one right here, this is the depiction of somebody working a long time. The king is actually the finish of that suit. So it looks to me, Courtney, like something is ready to be picked, something is ripe. So don't be surprised if some kind of offer doesn't come soon, in the next week or so, that gives you the evidence of that. Somebody says, you know that book you've been writing, where is it? Or are you still working on that project? Is it finished? And I feel like you're going to have something real closure happening that's going to be very beneficial to you. It's important that you claim it, that you say, I manifested this. This is something I mastered. I did this. Okay. It's real easy not to give yourself credit for stuff and to think other people are more gifted than you are. Okay, so we move on to Cold. Hi, Cold. I hope you can put on a sweater. Cold. Cold, will I be rich in life? Okay, first of all, I will be the friend that will always annoy you because I will say you're already rich. And you might say, I don't have enough money to be rich. You're wrong. And I would say, no, there's so many ways to be wealthy. One of them is gratitude. Gratitude opens you up to what you already have. Many people think that money will bring them everything they're wanting. And the reality is there's a lot of rich people who don't have happiness, okay? So if you were sitting at my table, I would wink at you and I would give you some advice about life that way. However, if you want to have a lot of money to spend, I think that's great. And I think that it'll be very good for you to look into that. What do you love to do? What do you know how to do? Do you want to get rich by winning the lottery? You know, what is it that you feel will bring you your money the easiest? Start researching it. There's a video, I'm going to share it onto my community because somebody reviewed like 100 money books, and they did summaries about which of those books had the best idea. Starting to research about money and kind of figure out, you know, what would need to happen for me to be rich? Write that question down, you guys. That's a good question. What would need to happen for me to become rich? So let's take a look for Cold. What is the reading tonight for you, Cold? And we have the Three of Cups. So Cold, I think the universe wants you to warm up. uh, Nothing happens in a vacuum. That's very exciting. And so the very first step for you, Cold, is to get yourself out into circulation. This is not a card of romance. This is a card of friendship, colleagues, collaboration. I strongly recommend that you get involved in some kind of group where people are coming up with ideas. That what is it that you're interested in? Are you interested in dogs, for example? I have a client who works for a dog walking company, and she gets paid beaucoup bucks to take care of wealthy people's dogs, and she is loving it. She's raking in the bucks, plus it's fun for her. It may not be fun for you to do that, but what is it that you like to do that could be monetized? Okay, it shows that you, and also opportunities come in groups, you know, where somebody says, hey, I need somebody to design my website, and you say, I know somebody. Here, let me give you their name. So it does look like you need to get out into circulation and definitely do some research. There's a woman right now I really enjoy. Her name is Jessica Heslop, Heslop, and she is doing some wonderful affirmations and hypnosis recordings on being wealthy. So I highly recommend. But there's a gazillion of people like that on YouTube if you want. So I think we can manifest what it is we want to, Cold, but I think that we need to take responsibility for what kinds of things we can do in exchange or to make the planet a better place as we accumulate our wealth. Okay, so Palon, we're looking at, can I get a job next week? And Kush, you're welcome. Dan, great, excellent. You guys are all, oh yeah. There is a pregnancy card that even the Empress can be a pregnancy card. And Courtney wants to spin that to career. So as you receive the reading in the story that was told with that King of Wands, you want to apply that, Courtney. That I love that. So what that's showing is that energy, both working with somebody with that strong manifestor energy, or to attain mastery in something yourself. That would be something, Courtney, for you to write an email to me and let me know your question, because that would be a great themed reading. Okay, so where am I next here? La 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 la. Oh, I'm so glad that you're enjoying my deck, Yaroslava. That is the Lightseers deck, and I really love it too. So I think you're next here. Did I miss any? Oh, Palone, the job in the next week. Okay. Okay, so now let's all imagine we're all at the farmer's market and Palone's walking through and she's picking up her vegetables and her fruit and she's worried about that job next week. She's like, oh man, I really need it. I need it. I need it. And she spots my table and she runs over there hoping that I can give her the right kind of answer to comfort her. Okay, so the pressure's not on at all, Palone. Let's see what I can do. And we'll draw a card. Oh, okay, this here we are. So the two of any suit, the two is about making a decision, isn't it? And so here we have this person who's longing to be in exactly the right job, right? Longing to be in a position where they have enough challenge, it pays well, and they can be content for a while. The last thing that you want is to take a job and then need to look for a new one after a few months because it didn't work out. So I really feel for you, Palone, that you are getting very close to being in the right opportunity. Look at all the orange and yellow that's here. That's all around creativity and your personal identity. That solar plexus, there's a lot of energy outside this window. So it does look like this position is, I'm getting a positive feeling for it. But here, listen in. I just heard this story last night and I've heard it before. Sometimes they will turn you down at first, and then in 3 weeks or something, they call you and say, you know what, we made a mistake. We hired the wrong person. So, what I would say to any of y'all who are looking for work, it's so important to stay upbeat, work on your skills, and be patient because people hire the wrong people all the time. And some of the best opportunities come to the people they chose second. Another thing is take a look at the gig economy. What can you do? One person here in my community, I live in a tiny community in Humboldt, Tennessee, and they made $1,000 last week delivering for Walmart. Okay, so there are things you can do on the side. There's errand running, there's dog walking, there's house sitting, there's a countless jobs. So do that due diligence. Prime that pump. Wherever you can find cash, take advantage of those opportunities, Pilon, okay? But I feel like this card is very positive for you. It doesn't mean the job is for sure. I would never be so bold as to say that, but I would say that you're hunting for the right category of job, and this definitely has positive vibe on it, okay? So moving forward here. Let's see. Okay, I can already tell I'm not going to get to everybody tonight because and so, oh my goodness. Aw, you all are so sweet. Tinkerbell, Marta, I love people. Oh my gosh, you guys, I have so many people and I'm moved by it. So if I can't get to you, please do email me because I do personal readings right during my morning work. This is my morning job is to do those personal readings, and you can get a personal reading over there. Plus, the pick cards are very good. So let me go through here, and we'll do a couple more. Okay, Courtney, I'm so glad that resonant is fantastic. Okay. I'm gonna. Okay, Tinkerbell, Kush. Okay, beautiful. Aw, I'm glad, Kush. That's fantastic. Okay, Tinkerbell. Oh, you guys are so great. And Diane. Oh, there's so many people. Oh gosh, how am I gonna? Oh man, you guys, I'm overwhelmed. Okay, all right, I'm gonna take a breath. Okay. Okay. All right. So Tinkerbell, I'm going to do Tinkerbell, and I'm way up at the top now, so I'm just going to kind of work my way down. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for hitting my tip jar, which is the thumbs up, and sharing my videos. You know, that's helpful because more people can find us. And these are all recorded so people can go back and listen. But Tinkerbell, I love that name. Do you know that Tinkerbell is one of my favorite fairies, and I do fairy readings, so watch for that. That'll be coming soon. But Tinkerbell was kind of a scamp. She was naughty and nice, and she was very magical. And so that's the first thing I wanted to say to you, Tinkerbell, is that I think that one of the things that you need to do is to allow yourself those guilty pleasures. Okay, um, I think that you may be a little hard on yourself, Tinkerbell, and when people compliment you or tell you that they enjoyed your music, that it's hard for you just to say thank you. And earlier I did a similar reading. In fact, I have right now, there's a energy jamming in my throat right now, and I feel pressure in the top of my chest. You know where that notch is? Can you go ahead and just touch that notch at the top of your chest, everybody, and just feel in there? Don't press too hard. But anyway, but that sometimes I'll feel pressure there when I can't speak my truth very well. And as a reader, I pick up in my body, like I'll feel shivers, or I'll feel a yawn sometimes. I'll actually feel in my body the energy of you guys. Isn't that odd? And so part of the reason I like doing the distance readings is because I just feel the cushion of the space between us, and yet still can help. So Tinkerbell, let's draw a card for your music career and see what we have for you. It's my pleasure to be your personal reader right now. Look at there. For a musician, isn't that great? So for everybody that's a musician right now, please take this energy. You have to remember that music is in your heart, Tinkerbell. Music is in your heart. If you put too much, if any human puts too much effort to make money with their art, the art suffers. Okay, look at a joy on these figures. Sometimes when you want to make your career out of art, the work of it can be so exhausting. Isn't that true? The admin, like me, I'm my own person. This morning I did a reading. Guess what? The sound didn't work. I didn't even know. So I went in and put text readings into the comments because I'm my own I don't have a sound engineer. I am the sound engineer. But the point is, though, that the work of it can steal the joy of the art. So right now, whatever your art is, Tinkerbell, find a way to do it for free. Whether you go to a homeless shelter or to an old folks home where you can do your music for free for the pleasure. And that will be so life-giving for you. You have to be ready to be a gig worker if you're going to make money in the arts. Can I hear an amen from the peanut gallery? How many of you guys are artists or massage therapists or hairdressers or anybody where you got to get your own business all the time, right? It's not easy. But if you have passion, you can make it happen. So Tinkerbell, notice that tent back there? Notice how dark it is? What's behind all this? What's keeping you from celebrating your music? I would definitely get a longer reading at some point and dig in a little bit if you've got a little performance anxiety and that kind of thing. But we could also do, I bet you there's other people that have creator's blocks and performance anxiety. I bet you we could do that as a theme. So I would say make music for fun. Make sure that you can schedule some time between music and you where it is fun again and not so much that you need to make money from it, okay? So I'm moving along. Fran, I see Fran is next. Hi, Fran. I'm just going to go right in order here until I have to stop. And I'm going to not be able to get everybody. And so those of you who want a reading, watch for my lives. I come on twice a day, Monday through Friday. I'm happy to have you. I believe in the power of the collective, but I am giving out personal card readings every single day, Monday through Friday, and I would love to do that. All you have to do is email me. Okay, so now we have Fran. Fran, have we met before, Fran? Your name is familiar to me. But let's draw. What is it the cards have? What is the I like to call it like an energy snapshot. So let's pretend I'm sitting there at the farmer's market and I'm sitting right next to those Greek kebabs and my mouth is watering because I've been watching those pita bread sandwiches going by with that, you know, the falafel and everything. It keeps walking by and my mouth is watering. And after, as soon as I close up my little shop, I'm going over there, get some of that Greek food for dinner. So you see me and you sit down and you're like, just give me, I don't care what it says. Give it to me. What do the cards have for me? And I look in your eyes, Fran, and I get to be your tarot reader right now. And what do we have? We have the beautiful Hermit card. Okay, Fran, I look up at you and I go, what's been going on for you? And you kind of twinkle back, your eyes are twinkling as you smile at me, and I say, you know the power of this, don't you? You know the power of putting things down for a minute. I like this particular art because in many pieces of art for the Hermit, the figure's actually carrying the lantern. But in this reading, in this depiction, they've left the lantern behind. So, Fran, this shows me somebody who is a healer or a helper, has been in the service of the universe for a while and knows the power of what you bring and how you can help people. But you've needed to step away. So if you haven't done it yet, you know you need to do it. But the truth is, and this is a good reading for me too, that when my inner being makes it clear that I'm not supposed to work on the weekends, for example, it doesn't matter what I think about it, because I'm learning that my inner being knows what's best for me. And so that's what I'm sensing for you too, that something you need to get away for a little bit and you need to consider some things. So in the description box, there's something in there called the worry cure. So take a look at that, Fran, because I think that might really help you, okay? That any time we step away and spend a little time with the universe and just get a grip, you do some breathing, close your eyes, separate, you're going to get some clarity. Make sense? Okay, Sanja, welcome. I'm happy to draw a card for you. Again, if you're enjoying this, I am working for tips, and you can't get over here to Tennessee to drop a little coin into my jar. So the way to do it is through the thumbs up. So if you're enjoying these readings, hit that thumbs up. It really helps me to know that I am getting the questions answered that y'all really want answered. So thank you for your tips. And now, Sanja, let's take a quick look-see. And what are the cards tonight? How can I best serve Sanja as he or she personal tarot reader? And we have the King of Swords. Very interesting energy. So the first thing that I'm aware of is just how at ease this figure is. The figure is at ease, but alert. And just what I was saying on that last card about the Hermit, when you step away and you become at ease and alert, when you step away for a minute and get perspective. So Sanja, I feel like there's a part of you that is seeing something so clearly, and it's been in front of you for a long time. You've seen the situation, but you haven't seen it. You know what I mean? You're seeing part of the truth, but not the full truth. But something has shown itself to you just in this last maybe few days to a couple of weeks. And it shook you up a little bit because maybe somebody that you always admired showed a flaw or showed something about themselves that disappointed you a little bit. And you're looking at it and thinking, hang on a second, they've helped me so much. I can't dismiss everything just because I see this little mistake. So the wisdom of that owl, knowing that it's okay to see the truth and also to handle it delicately and to be able to still stay respectful and deferential. This person you may be subordinate to this person, and hold them in respect. If you need to communicate something, do it. The background of this card being blue does suggest to me that there may be a conversation that needs to happen to make sure everybody knows what their role is. I feel like there's been some sort of role change, okay? Again, if you need more details, please email me. My email address is in the description box. And also, Diane. Hi, Diane. I think I recognize your name from following my little shorts. So you guys, thank you for following my shorts. When I was living in Mexico a couple years ago, I had such poor internet that all I could do was shorts. And so rather than quit or get angry or upset, I decided I'm going to focus on shorts. And who would think there's like 1,500 shorts published that I put out in the last couple of years. I can hardly believe that. But they're just so fun for me. And that's part of it. It's like the universe for sure wants you to be enjoying this life. So whether you find fun in what your hobby is or what your work is, doesn't matter. But when you start to follow these ideas, and I don't try to teach the law of attraction, the law of assumption, Abraham Hicks, there's so much available out there. I see myself as a bridge between those teachers and your heart, because these tarot cards, I'm telling you, if you get in the habit of getting regular readings, you will see progress in your life, because the cards just know. I can't explain why it works. I don't even want to try. And every card reading you get to see is somebody else's art, right? It comes through us, not from us. So where are we? Diane. Okay, Diane, general reading for Diane. What do the cards have for Diane? I like to call this like an energy selfie. You know, what is going on right now that you could be attending to that you might not be seeing? So, Diane, I'm proud to be your personal tarot reader. Oh, Diane. Okay, let's take a look here, my friend. So I love this card. This deck just, it blows me away. It's the Light Seers deck. It looks like that. But because the swords are all about how we think about our life. It's a card of, it's a suit of illusions. Because if we were really sure about who we were, and we understood that we are a blended being, that our non-physical self, the larger part of us, is connected to the divine and very able to guide us every step of the way. The little figure is our human personality who insists on going off on her own, causing havoc. Occasionally comes back for a hug because of being hurt out there. And quite frankly, the pain in our life comes when we're not aware that we're supported so significantly on the inside. Okay, and so that is why right now, this is the opposite of that. This is when you and your inner being are seeing things differently. You're seeing it completely opposite. So let's just use it as a money situation. So the top picture, the mirror, is I have to have something paid. Let's use rent. You know, I'm late on my rent, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to get evicted, and then what will I do? Right? All of those thoughts that are fear-based thoughts. Those are what the human starts to think when the human is afraid, right? However, on the other side of this card is the human who's connected to her inner being. She knows that there are some issues. There's a shortage right now. There's a cash flow shortage. But she also trusts her inner being. The inner being's point of view might be, even though I don't know where the money is now, I know that as soon as I get it, I'm going to pay my rent. Even though I don't know where the money is coming from, I send abundance and blessings to the people that are holding that money right now. Even though I don't know how to solve this problem for myself, the truth is things always work out for me. All right? Those are the kinds of changes in perspective that Abraham talks about getting into the vortex, right? The vortex is the place of calm alertness. There's no worry in the vortex, right? So Diane, does this resonate with you, my friend? I know it resonates with me. I need more and more reminders not to worry. Abraham says 17 seconds. You can worry all you want for 17 seconds, and then another worry thought's going to come and join it. So try out, there's a machine, it's called the magical money machine, Diane. Take a look at it. And the rest of you, it's in the description box. And that's my tool for complaining and angsting and worrying and being anxious about money. Because if you learn to stop complaining about money to the world and instead give it to the universe, you're going to see a real change. Okay, so check it out in the description box. It's all set up for you. Look for the magical money machine and then tap on that link and go try it. You got nothing to lose. Okay, dear friends, I am going to call it a night. My son is bringing me food, which is such a blessing. One of the reasons I moved back here to the middle of the country was to be close to my family, my grandkids, and that. And I love that I have friends in Mexico still who come to the readings, friends from all over the world. And those of you tonight that I didn't get a chance, that my plan is Monday through Friday live readings. The first will be in the morning, my time, and the second, I'm thinking this is a good time, like between 5 and 6 Central. There's a lot of people, and I want to be able to do as many readings as possible. Thank you for all the tips that you put in my jar. Thank you for your patience and your love and your moral support. I appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you on the next live. See you soon. Bye.